Hello and welcome to the official FC Halifax Town YouTube channel. I'm Callum Jones here at the Shea Stadium alongside Ben Manning to talk you through the second half of 2013.
If you've not already seen part one, just pause this, go and have a look. Welcome back. Should we go in?
Let's go and have a look, eh?
The season started on the Sunday in front of the BT Sport cameras, and life back in the Conference National began in the best possible way with Lee Gregory opening his account after 8 minutes. But that's as good as it got for the Shea men. Captain Danny Lowe was dismissed for a professional foul on Tom Elliott, and Adam Cunnington beat Matt Glennon from the spot. Things then went from bad to worse for Town in the 23rd minute. Mark Roberts' poor back pass released the superbly named Harrison Dunk, and Glennon brought the midfielder down. Glennon was shown a red card of his own, and although his replacement Tom Morgan saved Cunnington's second penalty of the day, 9-man Halifax were eventually broken down by a Ryan Donaldson strike from the edge of the area. Cunnington then notched his second and Cambridge's fourth of the game on 67, outmuscling Simon Ainge and firing into the back of the net. The rout was then completed by San York, who made it 5-1 via the underside of the bar. Obviously not the best start for Halifax there, Callum, although it has to be said that Danny Lowe's red card may well have been a blessing in disguise, as it brought together Simon Ainge and Mark Roberts, and their partnership's gone from strength to strength so far this season.
Indeed it has, Ben. But back to the season where the Shea men had an immediate chance to bounce back after that opening day defeat as Wrexham came to town. The Welsh side, though, were beaten as goals from Lewis Maynard, Josh Wilson and Lee Gregory sent them back to Wales with nothing to show for.
Wrexham took the lead after 22 minutes. Lewis Maynard nodded Town back on level terms after Josh Wilson thundered the bar with a long-range free kick. Jocelyn Maebi well out of position after diving to his left. Wilson wouldn't wait long for his goal though. Lee Gregory was bundled to the ground by Stephen Wright, and the midfielder stepped up to draw the ball past Maebi. Then Gregory made it 3, prodding home at the second attempt following the delightful Brian Tolson cross from the right. Wrexham applied pressure from the start of the second half, but it took until 10 minutes from time for the visitors to grab a second, Sislovic diverting the ball past Senior, making the final score Halifax 3, Wrexham 2. This goal from Lee Gregory and one 3 minutes later from Kevin Holsgrove secured a second consecutive home win for Halifax, and in the process kept their 100th clean sheet as a club.
Next up for the Shea men was a tough away trip to Moss Rose as they took on Macclesfield Town.
Although Halifax started well and picked up a good away point, they were left wondering what could have been.
It'll be Holsgrove to take this corner. Referee just checking that everything's right, and Holsgrove slams it across, headed by Roberts. Gregory! Lee Gregory opens the scoring. Typical poacher fashion. Balling from Holsgrove, towering header from Roberts, and Gregory turned it in to give the Shea men the lead. Tolson great interplay there, and Wilson picks the ball up. He'll put it back here for Holsgrove. It's 2-0. It's a mistake there, and all of a sudden this might be a chance here. And he's tried to chip the keeper, and it's fallen now to Bowden, who smuggled it in. Oh, that's a big challenge, that. Connor Jennings has gone in firmly. Oh, and he's headbutted Matty Pearson there. Silly challenge initially from Jennings, and he went in with Matty Pearson, who clearly wasn't happy with the tackle. Now, what's the referee going to give him here? Holsgrove having a word with him. He won't pay any attention. Holsgrove will walk away. We're waiting for Connor Jennings to come across. That's a red card. He's been sent off, Jennings. Ball across here, and Macclesfield will come again, the 10 men. Good ball down the line here. That's a great turn. It'll be flicked towards the back post from McRae. Oh, and he's equalised. And so it was to be a point at Moss Rose, but the Shea men picked up all 3 against Southport on the Monday, although top scorer Lee Gregory was forced off with a broken hand.
And they would miss their talisman Callum in an entirely forgettable trip to Salisbury.
Indeed they would. Poor discipline cost on the road again as Josh Wilson and Kevin Holsgrove were both sent off in the first period, and the Shea men went on to lose 3-1 to a very strong and well organised Salisbury side.
Barnet were next in town, Callum, in a game that probably could have finished 4-3. It was quite a strike from Scott McManus as well, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a right belter. But ultimately, Edgar Davids sat at home in his armchair, no doubt listening to live match coverage, courtesy of Shaman Player, was left disappointed as his side were on the end of a 2-1 Shaman win.
Fun fact for you, Callum. Did you know that Edgar Davids doesn't actually pick up a wage for Barnet?
Wow, Ben, I did not know that.
Dan Gardner, lovely touch to bring it down. Looks to his right, and Scott McManus tries to shot, and Scott McManus finds the bottom corner. A speculative effort at best, and it curls past the keeper into the bottom corner. McManus with the free kick now. Ainge and Roberts both go for it, but it's Lewis Maynard. It's in. 2-0 Halifax. The ball was headed back across goal by Simon Ainge, and Lewis Maynard strikes the ball into the goal off the underside of the bar. Marsh Brown to Adam Weston now, about 35 yards from the goal. Weston takes a shot from long range and beats Matt Glennon. And rightly so, the Shaman fans applaud.
Joy turned to despair the following weekend though, as Forest Green Rovers stole all 3 points from the Shamen with only seconds left.
Nevertheless, Town kept up their 100% home record here on the 17th of September in the Dan Gardner Show against Grimsby. Will Jevons takes you through it.
Now the ball goes long out towards Adam Smith, and Alan Goodall's underneath it and he gets the head away, but Matt Pearson will pick it up and drop a little ball into Adam Smith, and Matt Pearson's looking for the return, but Adam Smith works space for a cross. Alan Goodall's come down to meet him and he's blocked the cross, but Adam Smith then got past Scott Nielsen and he tries to chip the ball into the back post, and there's the header. It's Marcus Carver and it's 1-0. It's FC Halifax Town 1, Grimsby Town 0. Sean Pearson's chasing the ball and heads it down, but only as far as Matt Pearson, whose first touch is good to get away from Thanos. In fact, he tries to run Thanos down the line and he's being held up in the right hand side of the penalty area, and Dan Gardner gets about 20 yards out and he tries to run past Kerr, and he does, and he skilled past him and he's scored! It's Dan Gardner, it's 2-0. Brilliant skills to get away from Scott Kerr. He left him for dead before driving a low shot into the far corner of James McKeown's net. And Ryan Tolson will come away with the ball now, and he looks down the line towards Adam Smith, and it's a good ball and Smith does get it. He just controls it well. He's got Gardner out wide and he does find Gardner. Gardner's bearing down on goal here. He's away from the defender. Gardner for 3-0. It's saved by McKeown, but the rebound's in, and it's FC Halifax 3, Grimsby Town 0. And the ball's got to Marcus Carver now. He's got Adam Smith to his right, Dan Gardner to his left, but it's Adam Smith to his right. He's chosen, and it's 4-0. Marcus Carver with the assist.
Hereford United became the first team to pick up so much as a point at the Shea, and Nick Bonham commentates.
To Sam Smith now. He raised the challenge of Marshall. He 2-10 him to tackle there. Danny Luke cuts it back to Brody, and it's a goal. Gardner now floats the ball in. It's a goal! And the centre-backs and the goalkeeper, Rhys Evans, who was left hapless as the ball took a deflection beyond him.
So Scott McManus' 100th game for the club, what a servant he's been, by the way, Callum, came at Agborough, home of Kidderminster Harriers and the self-proclaimed best food in the league. Did you get anything to eat while you were there?
I did indeed. I had the cottage pie and it was fantastic.
Was it as good as Joe Lolly's goal?
No, that was some strike from a guy who's really going places in this league. Fantastic goal.
The milestone was unfortunately tempered by the fact that Halifax lost 2-0 that night.
But never to fear, back to winning ways at the Shea it was on the Saturday that followed. Chester came to town and they were beaten.
Adam Smith with the corner. Looking for Roberts. Oh, and it's in. It's round in. Lee Gregory. Michael Kay has made his way into the centre of the box, alongside captain Joe Charan. And it's in. Chester managed to get the equaliser. Danny Higginbottom, not Danny Higginbottom, Gareth Seddon with the goal on his return to the Shea. Smith. And Marsh. Roberts with the goal there. Great goal. Great header. Mark Roberts.
So here we are, Benjamin, in our home, the FC Halifax Town press bench. But we're going to take you to Kenilworth Road, as Town took on Luton in arguably the game of the season in the Skrill Conference Premier.
Tom Nancarrow commentates, and keep an eye out for Alex Wall's winner.
Gregory there. Heads on by Gardner. Gregory into the box. Oh, parried there, but it's in! It's a goal from Paul Marshall. Surridge now, one-on-one with Ainge. He gets past it. It's Benson. Oh, it takes a deflection. Nearly everyone in the box apart from Tolson. Marshall puts it in. It's long. Oh, and it's in! Gardner now. Gardner will try his luck. And he's moving smoothly, and Gardner unleashes the shot. Oh, it's a great goal! Henry puts the ball into the box. Glennon punches. Does well. McManus, good. Oh, McNulty puts it into Benson, and Ainge gets there ahead of him, but Lawless heads it down to Gray. Back to Lawless, and back into Gray, and Gray shoots, and Gray scores! Into Wall. Wall with the shot. Wall with the goal! Oh, you've got to give him that!
The next side to visit the Shea were Nuneaton on the following Tuesday night in a cold and ultimately drab affair. That was, Ben, until the most ridiculous of endings.
That is correct, Callum. Ryan Tolson's second goal in over 100 appearances for the club was cancelled out by Lewis Malt's second of the game, and Matthew Shaw was there for Shaman player.
Now it's Malt, he's going to run at Roberts, gets into the area, and Roberts has to use his strength, but does so, but it's not the best touch. Malt, good chance, squares it, got to be, it's in, it's 1-0, and Nuneaton have an early lead. Roberts will launch his ball into the box, long throw in towards Ainge, flicks it on, back post, Gardner, 1-0, and down a level, it's Dan Gardner once again. Wide to McManus, is in plenty of space. Can he do? There's one man in the box. Cross is off street.
No fouls.
Surely not, it's McManus in the area, squares it, Tolson! Ryan Tolson scores! It's the late winner for the Shaman! Now can Town hold on? There's just minutes left, surely they will. Oh no way, unbelievable! It's in, surely! I don't believe it! I do not believe it! Nuneaton, after all of that, they've equalised straight from the kick-off.
And so, after a decent point on the road at Woking, the Shamen returned home to take on Welling.
And an exceptional first half performance from Lee Gregory saw the striker net his first hat-trick of the season.
Come on, Shamen.
I can't take you anywhere these days.
What did I say?
And Mark Roberts beats Guthrie to the ball there, and the long ball is interesting, and Gregory gets to the end of it. That's a brilliant touch, and Adam Smith now has it. He's up against Hudson, he's trying to get past him, he's going to try and whip the ball across the 6-yard box, and he does chip it, and Gregory's going to be underneath it, and it's a great save, and it's 1-0! It's 1-0, it's Lee Gregory! Jamie Day, the manager, steps over and passes it in here to Lee Clark, the captain, and Matt Pearson harries him into making a mistake. Now Adam Smith's got a defence to run at. Ryan Tolson's out wide. Will he find Tolson? He does. Tolson's got Smith and he's got Gregory in the middle. He clips it towards the far post. Smith is there with the header. He flicks it towards Lee Gregory with the overhead kick. It's a great goal! What a goal by Lee Gregory! It's an acrobatic scissor kick. A wonderful move by FC Halifax. Started with Matt Pearson winning the ball back into Adam Smith. He runs at the defence, finds Ryan Tolson, clipping towards the far post. Adam Smith heads the ball back across the area, and Lee Gregory, with an acrobatic bicycle kick, gave Lee Butcher no chance. What a goal by Lee Gregory. In there is now Scott McManus to win the ball back well, and Maynard gives out to Smith now. He's got Cargill to run out. He's got Gardner making an option wide, but he can run into the middle here, and he skips away from Cargill. But Gardner picks it up, and he's got Gregory in the middle, but he's going to run at Hudson. He does well, and then he plays across the 6-yard box. There's a goal! And Lee Gregory has his hat-trick. It's a first-half hat-trick for the front man. It is FC Halifax Town 3, Welling United 0. Clips the ball towards the far post, and Perez tries to get past Tolson there, and that's a penalty kick. To a chorus of boos from the Shaman faithful. It is Guthrie, it's right-footed, saved by McLennan! McLennan dives to his left-hand side. It was a comfortable height for the keeper, and isn't everything going the Shaman's way so far today?
Then followed back-to-back away games, one in the Cup and one in the League.
Town's road to Wembley in the FA Cup started with a trip in the fourth qualifying round to Nuneaton Town, where goals from Lee Gregory and Scott McManus put them through to the first round proper.
Unfortunately though, another away game, another league defeat, as they lost to Alfreton 3-0.
Town come forward once more. Lois Maynard surging forward, just checks back, fakes the pass outside to Scott McManus and instead plays it wide right to Adam Smith. Smith dummies the cross, slips over in fact, but regains his feet, tries across it the second time, and Lee Gregory! It's in off the post! Lee Gregory opens the scoring for Halifax. Scott McManus on the ball now in midfield, ventures forward. Scott McManus tries a shot, deflected, and it's in! 2-0, and the Shaman will be in the pot for the next round. You see what he's doing here is he's just chopping the soil up and he's aerating the grass so that it's ready for the next game, I think.
Fancy.
Oh, I didn't see you there. We're just discussing why the Shea pitch looks so good all the time.
And that's down to the work, the extensive work I might add, that the groundsman put in to ensure the Shea pitch is one of the better ones in the league.
Back to the season, and Town got their defence of the West Riding County Cup underway with a trip to Harrogate Railway, where a Josh Wilson free kick was enough to send the Shea men through.
And then the big one, Town were drawn at League One MK Dons in the FA Cup, and although it was a disappointing result, everyone who went had a blast.
Glennon going long, looking for Wilson. Wilson heads down towards Gregory. Oh, and it's in! Halifax have one back, and Gregory has his moment in the limelight. Celebrates to the fans, and he's done brilliantly there. Glennon pumped the ball up with a little free kick, and Wilson done well with a header. And Lee Gregory poked it into the far bottom corner.
I'll tell you what, Ben, do you want to know what was one of my favourite games of the season?
I would like to know what was one of your favourite games of the season, Callum.
It was a Tuesday night, it was here, and it was against Hyde, who obviously hadn't had the greatest of seasons so far, and Town put 4 past them, but it was a very, very even game.
People say poor old Hyde, but I think they did very well, in fact.
They did, and they were unlucky. If it wasn't for Matty Glennon, Town's long-serving goalkeeper, they may have got something out of that game.
Callum, we're locked out, mate.
Right, well, while we attempt to get back in, here's all the goals from that game.
It's a traditionally long float towards Maynard, and there's the first goal. It's Louis Maynard with the goal. Blakeman whips it in. Glennon, good goalkeeping, he claims that very well. And Town have time to breathe a sigh of relief. They're not going to do that because they're going to go on the counter, and it's Paul Marshall with the chance. He's going to square it to Greg Wilson. 2-0. It's Lee Gregory, I think, in fact. It is. Wilson with a chance from Love's pass. Curling effort. Oh, what a strike, Josh Wilson. That's a brilliant, brilliant effort. Love finds the onrushing Lee Gregory. Now into Maynard. Lovely ball for Wilson. He's onside. Can he get it round the keeper? He can. Tight angle. Oh, it's a cross goal. Is he given a penalty, I think? It's going to be a penalty. It's fallen. It's a red card. Wow. Nobody expected that. Well, can you believe it? It must be a penalty. It's a red card to go with it. Aspin isn't happy with Brazil. Anyway, Gregory steps up. It's 4.
And it does go towards Wilson, who looks to flick it on. It's found his way through to Gregory. He's going to try and get the volley, and it's nearly dropped from Gregory, and it's a goal! There's a goal! Lee Gregory has his 11th goal of the season. Long ball down the line from Paul Marshall. Lee Gregory's running onto it, and the referee's not got his flag up. Lee Gregory, he's got Wilson in the middle, he's got Smith on the far side. Lee Gregory, will he go himself? He plays it back to Smith, who shoots, and it's 2-0! Pearson, his head on it, and Smith will acrobatically try and keep this one in. He does keep it down the line, and Lee Gregory gets his head on it, and he's going to try and keep it himself. That's tremendous play from Lee Gregory, and he's got Wilson in the middle. He gets away from Webster, and he's got away from Rowlands. He's giving it back to Gregory. On the far side, he's got McManus. It's a lovely move, and McManus will try for 3-0 here, and he scores. It's 3-0. Wilson will take the free kick. He's going to in-swing this from the near side, possibly in towards the back post, and it is towards the back post. It's a great ball, and it's headed in by Mark Roberts for 4-0.
So we found ourselves in the bar, Callum. Who would have thought it?
It's unusual for us, I will say that.
And a lot of the travelling Shea men fans would have needed a beer after that Braintree game. The referee probably didn't have his best game, it's fair to say, and Mark Roberts unfortunately conceded a penalty that ultimately consigned Halifax to another away defeat.
3 days later it was Hereford, another trip, another long trip on a Tuesday night, another defeat unfortunately, and made worse by the fact that Danny Lowe and Mark Roberts had to be dragged off in the first half, both suffering with injuries. You're around, isn't it, Ben?
I don't know, didn't I get the...
Well, I think you had...
Yeah, I think it is actually. Barkeep.
Next up, Town welcomed local rivals Guiseley in the first round of the FA Trophy, but were left stunned. Aaron Crosby talks you through it.
Played out by Danny Boschel to this right hand side for Holdsworth. Holdsworth into the number 11 there, Gavin Rothery, and it's a good run by Alex Johnson, and Danny Forrester's found him and released him down this right hand side. Johnson running at McManus. It's Johnson with a left footed shot, it's deflected, and it's 1-0 to Guiseley here. A deflected shot by the former Shea man Alex Johnson, loops over Matt Glennon just as the fourth official announced 2 minutes added on. The visitors have taken the lead here.
Next up for the Shaman was a trip to Harrogate Town in the next round of the West Riding County Cup, and despite this Joe Ironside goal, they lost 2-1 to the Skrill North side.
Callum, today is the 11th of December, and as of right now, the last game in our 2013 review is Woking at home. Obviously, there are other games played by the time you watch this, but we can't predict the future in the past. In the future.
Or the present.
Or the past, if you get what I mean. Anyway, it wasn't so good for Shaman fans, was it, Cal?
It wasn't. The first home league defeat of the season came at the hands of Woking in a 4-3 loss.
You were commentating on that game, weren't you, Cal?
I was indeed, so please enjoy.
Now here's Reece Gray trying to make something happen. Ironside trying to find some space. Gray taking off the ball. Adam Smith puts the ball across. Great ball in. Oh, and Archie Love scored! Fantastic start for the Shaman, and Archie Love has scored inside 2 minutes. McNerney with a diagonal ball trying to find Betsy. Oh, it's over his head, and and it's somehow found Betsy here. What can he do with this? Betsy, across it goes. Pearson stops it, but it's a goal, and it's Jack Marriott who smuggled it in. Woking level, and it's the Ipswich lonely Jack Marriott who was on hand after really good play from Matty Pearson to stop the initial shot, to place the ball home, and Woking a level here. It's FC Halifax Town 1, Woking 1. Here's McNerney again. Oh, that's a great ball, and it's come through here. What a great chance this is. Oh, and it's a goal. It's Marriott again. And Woking have come from behind early on here and lead 2-1. Here's Marriott, already scored 2 this afternoon, the Ipswich Loney, and goes to his left to find John Nutter advancing on this left-hand side. Rendell in the middle, that's where he's gone, Scott Rendell! Oh, he's done it! I cannot believe this! Betsy picks the pocket of Maynard, and forward they come once more. It's Marriott, he's on a hat-trick, Jack Marriott! Oh, and he's got it! Deflected, and it might fall to Reece Gray here. Oh, and he's tangled with Richard. It falls, it's to Wilson! It's a goal! Josh Wilson takes advantage of the situation as Reece Gray was brought down, but Wilson didn't care much, and his left-footed drive went into that far corner of Sam Bessett's goal. The ball out for a throw-in. Gardner steps inside and he goes for a goal. Dan Gardner! Oh, he's done it! It's a fantastic goal from Dan Gardner! And maybe, just maybe, this game isn't over yet!
And so, I hope you've enjoyed our look back at the second half of 2013. I've been Callum Jones.
I've been Ben Manning, and here's hoping to more success for the Shamen in 2014.
Thank you, and goodbye.